This is my intro video for orientation, setting up a bike, and then common terminology about the bike for people who are new to indoor cycling, or maybe it's been a while for you and you need a refresher. The first thing we're going to talk about is hand position, which will change throughout class. You'll hear me talk about 3 different hand positions: first, second, and third. First position is going to be right here on the bike. Hands are going to be closest to you. Second position, hands will come out to the outside of the bike, right here, just ahead of the bend in the handlebars. And then third position is going to be used when you're in a standing climb. Hands are going to be all the way out here as you come up out of the seat of the bike. Next, we're going to talk about the knob on the bike right here that controls your gear. Turning it to the right is going to make it harder to pedal. Turning it to the left is going to make it easier to pedal. So commonly you'll hear me say in class either gear up or gear down. Gearing up means adding on more resistance, which means turning that knob to the right. Gearing down makes it easier to pedal, turning that gear to the left. Now let's talk about how to actually set up your bike. First thing you're gonna do, find your hip bone. You want your seat to start out roughly even with the height of your hip bone. Next thing you're gonna do, hop on your bike. Once you're on your bike, you're going to extend one of your legs all the way down. What I want you to note is that when your leg is down, you should still have a slight bend in your leg. Your leg shouldn't be completely straight. Next, you're going to bring that leg up where the pedal is out at about a 45-degree angle. When your pedal is in the right position, I want you to look at your leg. Make sure that you've got a nice 90-degree angle in your leg, or that your thigh is parallel to the floor. If you find that your knee is down a little bit, then your seat is too high and you need to lower it a little bit probably. And if you find that you've got your knee above your hip, then your seat is too low and you need to raise your seat some too. Once you think you're in the right position, I want you to go ahead and start pedaling slowly. If you feel like your hips are kind of rocking back and forth, that's an indicator that your seat is too high and you might need to lower it a little bit. Lastly, we're going to talk about handlebar height. This really is a personal preference. Some people like their handlebars to be up a little bit. Some people like it in a lower, more aggressive riding stance where it's pretty even with the seat or the saddle. It's really up to you what you like. If you have any lower back issues, you might want them up a little bit to give you a little extra support. The lower your handlebars are, closer to being level with your seat, the more your core is going to be engaged and the more challenging your workout will be. There are going to be 2 main guides and terms that I'm going to use to determine how hard you should be working during class. One is cadence and the second is resistance. Cadence means how fast your wheels are going around, so your RPM. And I'll give you a range typically of what to do at a certain time. The other one, resistance, means how much resistance you have on the bike at any given time, which again is going to be controlled by your gear knob here. Lastly, I just want to give you a word of encouragement. You do not need to have the most expensive bike on the market to get a good workout here. If your bike doesn't have a computer, that is okay. You can either try to match my speed with my legs for your own cadence, or you can just go with the beat of the music. And resistance is something that is going to be on a grade of like moderate to hard anyway, so if you don't have a computer, you're going to be okay.